This video by New Entry Sustainable Farming Project is to help better understand the various steps throughout the food handling process and its best practices. Some of these best practices include washing hands and produce, labeling, and proper storage. The different steps for this process are: produce is harvested, washed, packed, stored, and then distributed. It's important to follow the best practices for each step to reduce any risk of contamination throughout. Here we have our farm manager Leah bringing out some already cleaned spinach to pack for an order. The station that she's working at today has already been properly cleaned and sanitized. She's packing a box and putting a new plastic bag to make sure everything stays fresh and clean. The use of a liner is in cases of reusing packaging materials. This step can be trickier than it seems, so just make sure that you take your time when lining the box properly. Now we transfer the clean produce into the box. Make sure that your hands are washed before this step. Carefully transfer the produce into the box, avoiding any spillage or loss of any fresh produce. In the off chance that some produce is lost during the transfer and somehow lands on the ground, leave it there. That produce can just be added to the compost bin later. It is not fit for consumption. The next step of this process is labeling. Make sure to label your boxes when packing with the date picked, farm's name, address, and what's in the box. This helps with traceability. For reference, on the bottom right corner is an example of the New Entry Sustainable Farming Project labels that we use here to keep track of all of our produce and what's going where. Once the produce is properly packed and labeled, comes the storage phase. Storage is important. Make sure that the right temperature and humidity is considered for each type of crop. This helps with reduce the likelihood of spoilage and contamination. A cooler is one way of properly storing after harvest. Look into specifications for each crop to determine how to best maintain quality control. These are all the steps that you should be following for the food handling process. Making sure to follow the best practices is important to have the best quality produce that you can have. For further explanation on cleaning, check out our cleaning versus sanitizing video. Otherwise, additional information is available on our website. Hope this was helpful to you.